We've got about a week to go, and Prabowo has seems to be his election to lose.
It is his election to lose, but that doesn't mean he's going to win this fast.
Wow.
Okay, it may not be one and done like his camp would naturally like. JP mentioned about the polls and 48%. He hasn't, incredible polls, he hasn't pushed above 50%. And of course, the polls can be off. Yeah. But he needs 50% of the vote plus one of the valid votes to win. And he may come up a bit short of that. It's too close to call.
So if it goes to a second round in June, how messy could it get?
Well, you don't like to predict messes. Yeah. But it's a long time between February 14th and June 26th, when a second round would take place. In the world geopolitics, in the economy, you don't know what would happen. There'll be some jitters. Up till now, the market's been very calm, like this election is okay. Yeah. There's no identity politics factor like there was the last time.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. But to me, it's a case of so far so good. Yeah. There's no guarantee that there won't be trouble. By the way, there was trouble after Prabowo lost in 2019 to Jokowi, even though the margin was clear. It was not razor thin. But after the official results came out, and they only come a month after the voting day from the election, about a month after the voting day, when they came out, some supporters of Prabowo, kind of hardcore, went out in the streets, and there was 6 people died, at least 6 people.
Yeah. Right. Again, it goes back to the long shot that perhaps if it does go to runoff, Richard, that both the second and the third places, Ganjar and Anies, can actually form a coalition that could actually take them over that 48% that Prabowo's camp has. But again, it all depends on whether or not these two parties can actually get along. What are the odds, given there are some stark differences between the Anies camp and the Ganjar camp in their sort of mounting this front? Because it seems that that's probably where we're heading, and that's probably the only shot either of them has.
Well, one of them wouldn't have a shot, right? If they don't get through on February 14th. I'm dubious here. There are too many differences between the kind of nationalist preference and background of parties supporting Ganjar and Islamic factors, particularly a party called PKS, that are behind Anies. Sure, it kind of looks natural, like it might happen, but I don't think it will be an easy thing to put together. Also, you've got egos involved.
Rick, I got to ask you, and we've only got a couple of minutes left. Prabowo, if he does win, becomes the next president, we are being led to believe that it's just going to mean more of the same continuity with Jokowi's policies, etc. Is that really going to be the case, do you think?
Well, I wish I knew that one, Martin. The theme of the Prabowo camp is continuity. Yeah. There'll be a fair bit of that, but I find it hard to believe that Prabowo wouldn't want to make his own mark. He's been running for president an awful long time. Yeah. He comes out of, as we know, a military background. He's used from that to giving orders. There's a bona fide concern that he would roll back some of the democratic norms that Indonesia has worked on since Suharto. Yeah. So it'll be similar, but I can't believe it will just be a continuation.
All right, Richard.